My name is Michelle Bentley. I'm a retired Houston firefighter and empty nester who loves to get out and explore God's beautiful creation. For years, I've dreamed of hiking from Mexico to Canada on the roughly 3,100-mile Continental Divide Trail, the most remote and rugged of the long-distance trails in the United States. This year, with the support of my amazing husband, I'm beginning this epic solo journey. I love to share my adventures, so come and hike with me. Well, it is finally here. This is day one of my CDT journey northbound. We left from Lordsburg early this morning, like at 3 a.m., and came through all these desert roads down to the southern terminus. And right now it's like just after 6 a.m. on May 1st. Sun is rising. Steve is dropping me off here at the border in Tala, and I'm about to get started hiking. Can't believe it is finally here. It's kind of surreal. Beginning of the CDT. Taking my first steps on the CDT. There's Mexico right behind me, and there's Steve getting ready to head back home. Lots of pokey things out here. Do not want to touch that. Whoa. It's chilly. It's about 44 degrees this morning, but it's going to be a hot day. And so I'll enjoy it while enjoy the cool while it lasts. How exciting. I'm coming up on my first CDT marker of many to come. Or not so many, because apparently there's a lot of sections that are not very well marked. But so far, man, it's a beautiful morning. It's a weird feeling, like I am in this big, like literally open desert alone. I opted not to take the shuttle that's offered by the CDT Coalition because we have a four-wheel drive vehicle, and I wanted to spend as much time with Steve as I could before I'm heading out for a long time before I see him again. So far, the trail's just been dusty dirt. So we'll see how the terrain changes as I go along. I have got almost 14 miles to the first water cache. So during this first section of the Continental Divide Trail between the border and Lordsburg, the CDT Coalition caches water. They have 5 water caches because this section is just so dry. There are no natural water sources out here. Mile 1 down. So just like, I don't know, to complete, oh how beautiful sunrise. To complete the CDT would be about 3,099 miles to go to Canada. Well, the trail has already petered out. So what I'm doing, there's signs out here. Let's see if I can zoom in because you can't see it on the camera. Let's see. So like there's the next sign. So I just try to make my way to that sign. And then I can already see another one way out there in the distance. There's the next one after that. So you just play spot the sign and walk from sign to sign and avoid pokey things. Now, if for whatever reason there's not a sign to spot, I'm using this navigation app that pretty much all the thru hikers use now. It's called Far Out, and it has like GPS location, and it actually maps out like the trail. So I can, even when there's not a trail, I can kind of using that app and the GPS, I can navigate my way in the direction the trail's supposed to go. so I'm not just wandering completely aimlessly in the desert here. I think this is what's called a little oxateo cactus. And they're so pretty right now because they're blooming. Good timing for the hike. And there's some big ones, so they grow really big and tall, like these two over here. So anyways, really pretty. I believe these mountains I'm hiking towards are called the Big Hatchet Mountains. And I am in the Chihuahuan Desert. Oh look, somebody left some water here. I wonder if it's got some in it. Oh yeah, it's full. But I do not need any. I've got 4 liters I'm carrying. And that'll be plenty to get me to that first water cache. And I weighed my pack this morning, so with 4 liters of water and 4 days of food, my pack's a whopping 36 pounds. Not terrible, but it is definitely not light. But it doesn't feel so bad. I'm glad I've been doing all the training and strength training leading up to this hike. I think it'll make it a lot more enjoyable. I still can't believe I'm actually out here doing this. Oh, I'm going to try really hard to stay present and just enjoy where I'm at every step of the way. There's things I'm really looking forward to seeing ahead for sure. And I'll use that as motivation when I'm struggling out here. They aren't kidding when they say there's not a lick of shade out here. Like, when I find my first good shade, I'll stop and take a short break. Well, I have been following this road for a while now, and those mountains that were so far away, I'm kind of almost right up to them now. And I've come to my first little trail junction, and looks like my trail goes straight, and I'm going to pass over this little rise between the 2 mountains, and I'm a bit over halfway to the first water cache, so it's starting to warm up out here. The temperature isn't that high yet, but that sun is really intense, so probably in the next few minutes I'm going to pull out my umbrella because I still have found 0 shade, and I am 7 miles in and there's been nothing. So I'm going to have to create my own here for a bit. So it looks like I walk in this wash a fair bit, and I'm actually seeing little bits of shade. So I think what I'm going to do, since I have not had a break yet, is sit down for like 15 minutes in the shade, and then I'll keep moving. I'm not going to take a long break because it's still early, and I'll wait till I get to the water cache and have lunch. This looks like a good spot to me. Cool. Yep, I'm literally laying in the gravel. I've got my little pad out. I'm leaning on my pack, and I'm taking a little rest. And it's only 9:30, so it's early. So I'm doing pretty good. But yeah, it feels good just to be laying here, and it's finally in this little shade. It feels so good. Well, this isn't the easiest walking. This wash is full of pretty deep gravel and sand, and it makes it takes a lot of energy. I just passed my first tree. So any future hikers, all you need to know is that if you make it to the wash, you can find some decent shade spots to hang out in and cool off. At least for a little while. I'm sure the shade moves, but not bad. Aw, pretty flower. All right, now we exit this wash. I'm glad I saw that sign. Well, back to wash walking again. Better watch those rocks. Hopefully not too long. Not that it's bad. It's pretty. It's just a little tough on the... It slows you down. Ugh. It works all those muscles sinking into the rock and stuff. But still on track. Oh man, so that is a nice shady tree. Looks like there's even a rock under there to sit on. Tempting, but I really have only been hiking for a little bit since I took that break, and I'd like to get to the water cache, so I'll walk under the shade. It's funny, you know, I've only been out here a few hours, and my mind's already, you know, going through all these questions like, can I do this? The answer is yes, I can. But, you know, I've never been out this long alone before. I've never hiked in the desert before. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. But, you know, a big part of through hiking, I think, is that mental toughness. And I just keep reminding myself of all the support I've got. Like, I am so thankful for my husband. Probably the hardest part of this is missing him. Like the moment he drove away, I was already feeling kind of homesick for him. Wow, this is a climb. And, but he's been so supportive. He's letting me do this crazy thing. And he's supporting me logistically, sending me my boxes. But not only that, he just always encourages me. You can't ask for more than that in a husband and partner. So I'm going to do this thing. And I'm going to keep hiking north until I get back to him. Oh. Wow, I am climbing now. So there's the wash down there, just kind of wound between those mountains. And now I'm actually climbing pretty good up. I'm not sure where to, but somewhere over there. It really looks like I'm just gonna walk into a wall up here. I cannot see how this is gonna get us out. Interesting. So all those mountains, I was on the other side of them, and I just meandered all around the bases of them in this wash, and I'm getting my first view way out in the distance. I don't know if you can see really. Yeah, of open desert on the other side of the mountains. That's kind of cool. Whew. So I got a decision time. There's an alternate route that shows as a blue line on that Far app that continues to follow this wash and then exits out and takes a road, and it takes you right to the first water cache, and then you can continue on that road. Oh, I don't know, I'll have to look at the mileage, but it's like 14 miles or so, and then it rejoins the CDT. Or I can exit the wash now, take the CDT official route, which has some tough navigation on it in spots. So I'd have to use my app a lot to navigate. But I really think I am tired of walking on roads. So I think I'm going to give it a go. And what I'll do is when I get in line with the water cache, I will bushwhack down to where the water cache is and then bushwhack back up to my trail. That way I don't have to go this way, get my water, backtrack, and then get on trail. So that's the plan. Hopefully it works out. Yeah, there's, at least here, there's a bit of trail. I know they say there's a section that's pretty bad, but and there's posts that I kind of can navigate to. So we'll see. I will need to get water, but I don't think like bushwhacking would be too far to get down to the water. Oh, I might have to put the umbrella out for a bit. These cactuses stick out too much. Okay, let's give this a go. Oh, this is gonna be harder than I thought because the road is like way down there and this climbed like right up this hill. So I think what I'm gonna do, the water cache should be right over here somewhere. So I'm just gonna try to go straight down from here to the road. We shall see how this goes. Oh, thank goodness. I made it to the water cache. And that was not a fun bushwhack down the hill. Everything pokes you. So we'll see. I may reevaluate. But I'm gonna have lunch and water and crud. There's no shade here. That's unfortunate. Oh well, I got my umbrella. So I've gone 15.25 miles and unfortunately there's like no shade at this water cache. But I need to take a break. So I've got my umbrella out and I'm just kind of leaning back against that box, bear box that holds the water with my pack. And I'm going to eat and drink some water. I've already refilled some bottles, so I'll drink some more and refill them. And then I'm gonna decide. I don't know if I feel like bushwhacking back up that hill. I am really not feeling good right now. It's so hot. Wow, the breeze just kicked up again. It's been still and it's just, my thermometer's showing 101 and this water cache has no shade. So I'm just sitting under my umbrella, which gives part of me shade, but it's just not that cool because underneath it starts building up heat. So I've been here for about probably 45 minutes to an hour, and I think I might just pack stuff up and keep walking even though it's so hot, because at least if I'm out there I'll get more of this breeze, and I can carry my umbrella shade with me because maybe I'll find some better shade somewhere. I think I'm just sticking to this road because I'm looking up at that hill and there's definitely no shade up there, and I don't want to be trying to find a route right now. I just want something that I can follow easily. So the distance is about the same between the two, and then they'll meet back up. So I'm gonna pack up here and maybe wet my hat and my shirt. Maybe that'll help me cool off some. But I'm just feeling nauseous. I ate my lunch, got it down, but it's just so hot. It's just not making me feel good. I'm not acclimated to heat. I've been in the Colorado mountains coming out of winter, so coming straight to 101 desert heat is not feeling good, and there's not a cloud in the sky, so I just got to get through this hot afternoon. I know it's going to cool off at night, just these hours in the afternoon. Yeah, I'll check in. Man, I hope I start feeling better. It's rough right now. So I'm moving again after my lunch break. Feeling a little better. There's a slight breeze blowing, and I poured water all over my hat and my head, and that helped cool me off some. But I've made my decision. I'm going to just take this road alternate because it's just so hot. It's so hot today, and I'm not acclimated for the heat, and I was wasting a lot of energy doing all the route finding up there, and there's not clear trails, so you're having to go through a lot of pokey bushes, and I get the same views just from further away. So road walk, it's going to be met two hikers just as I was packing up to leave, and they're doing the same thing because it's just too hot, they said. So I'll check in when I have something interesting to show. Look what I spotted. A little shade right in the middle of the road, but nobody's coming down this road. So I think I'm gonna sit here for a couple of minutes and enjoy the shade. Found another little sliver of shade in a wash. I'm beat, but I need to go a couple more miles at least to get off of this road, and then I'm gonna start finding a camp spot. But it's still so hot out here. Like, oh man, it is brutal. Just trying to find shade, it's a luxury just to cool off, because it's like my thermometer was hitting 101, and there's just no shade, and there was no wind earlier, so at least now there's an occasional breeze, and that's helping. But man, I'm looking forward to that sun going down. Long day. I am finally leaving this road back on trail, and I am looking for a camp spot somewhere. Literally weaving in and out of bushes, going sign to sign again. Leaving the big Hatchet Mountains behind. Wow. I think I'm gonna stop just up here. Hallelujah, I made it to camp. I am cowboy camping tonight, and I have never done this before in my life. I've been a little bit scared too, but trying to do things that I've been scared of a little bit, and this is like the perfect place in the desert to do it. So I have all my stuff kind of spread out. I still need to make myself some food, but man, my appetite is seriously lacking, but I'm gonna make myself eat because I know I burned a lot of calories today. But here's my spot. Sun's gonna set in a little while, so I'll have a perfect sunset view and beautiful mountains all around me. And then when I wake up tomorrow, the trail's just over here, and I see the trail sign just in the distance right over there, and I've got just about maybe a mile and a half to get to my water source, so I'm in a good spot. Hopefully no rattlesnakes come to try to cuddle. I looked around, I don't see any like holes or anything, but who knows. I'm a little nervous, but I'm so tired I probably won't even think about it. So today, rough. The desert is tough. It is really hot. My thermometer got up to 101, and even whenever it was showing in the upper 80s, it was just like so hot when the wind wasn't blowing. It was just so oppressively hot, and it just beats down on you. The sun is so intense. Even before it was like 70 degrees, when the sun started hitting me, it was just so intense. But it doesn't help that I'm not acclimated to heat living in Colorado. Beautiful landscape. I was a little bummed. I wanted to do that CDT route, and I did a piece of it, and then I had to do a bushwhack down, which was actually very difficult and very pokey. And then when I got to the water cache, I felt so bad, like terrible. I felt like I was getting heat exhaustion, and there was no shade, and all I had was my umbrella, but it only covers so much, and even under that without a wind, I was just baking. So I finally finished eating, rested a little while, drank a lot of water, loaded up, and then just started walking again. And fortunately, a breeze kicked up because, man, I don't know, if it had just stayed so hot without a breeze to help cool me off, that would have been rough. But I was able to let pour water on my hat and my head, and that helped cool me down some too. Yeah, I think I'll sleep good. I'm really tired. I earned every mile. And overall, my body's in good shape. My feet are a little rough. I've got some blisters. I never get blisters, but I could feel it because sand just gets into everything, even with my gaiters and stuff. It just works in. It was inside my socks. My feet were filthy. I had to wipe them all down. But I have blisters in the same places on both feet. I have like both of my heels have a little blister, and then like the pad of my foot underneath my big toe, that's got a big blister on both feet. So I've got them all cleaned and bandaged up. And I'm sure they're not going to feel too good tomorrow, but I'll get through it. All right, well, I'm going to cook something, watch my sunset, and go to sleep. Day 1 on the CDT.